When God decided that the Israelites required a visual statement of his laws, the Decalogue, he knew that only stone tablets would suffice. Spell it out in stone, he may have judged, and there's no excuse for ignorance or misinterpretation. Maybe that's why courts and legislatures, including the high Victorian Gothic mode that is Ottawa's Parliament buildings, are quarried, constructed, and carved from stone. Only a material that strong can add imposing weight and gravitas to and provide sonorous majesty for ephemeral and evanescent words, the will-o-wisps of philosophy. Unlike all green or fleshy things on the planet, stone dates back to the origins of Earth, whose very name denotes terra firma. To erect a stone structure is to stake a claim on the foundations of the world. Maybe that's why, as British North America was coalescing into the Dominion of Canada via political wrangling and London's sleight of hand, Empress Victoria's own capital, Ottawa, began to assemble stone cutters to raise a law-intoning cathedral of Nepean, Potsdam, and Berea sandstone, ornamented by cherubs, gargoyles, grotesques, cartouche. The idea was to mason a fragile colonial union into a time-impervious confederation through giving the new nation a stone heart, whose lifeblood would be French and English words. But stone erodes, corrodes, cracks, and discolors due to inclement weather and industrial grime. So now, billion-dollar rock and roll labor is underway to renew the Center Block and West Block edifices, the dilapidated lapidary of Canadian democracy. Simultaneously, this enterprise has resurrected a trade that had practically died out because young stone cutters perished in the First World War, and modernist architects favored brick and concrete blueprints. Now, tradesmen like John Philippe Smith and Danny Barber of Smith & Barber's Sculpture Atelier Incorporated are hitting up a nouvelle vague of stonemasons, a Canuck avant-garde of artisans in the timeless craft, happy to get bogged down in the epic gritty task of working stone to bring beauty to light. Their workplace, retro with medieval hafted tools such as the Crandall hammer, the handcraft panache, even the donning of traditional German trousers, must produce a cantankerous renaissance. Imagine the hoodlum, gunfire, loud question period bedlam of grinding, banging, scraping, crunching, hammering, chiseling, sanding, and buffing recalcitrant rock. As vital as the basic restoration work is, the pièce de résistance will be the reinvigoration of the grotesques, with their notoriously candid perspectives on human affairs, their mocking looks and seemingly jeering mouths. Ruthless because nameless and ribald and scandalous, gawky and brazen, they announce limits to mortal authority. Grotesques depict insolence and defiance. the proper aspect of voters and citizens, for they are as inflexible and zealous as the stone from which they peer. Resembling pub crawlers and duffers, gossips and jesters, they are the plebeian cynical bards of the well-named House of Commons. At each selvage, a bizarre visage or a mythic and themic cherub protrudes, so startling and vivid that one can't hunt and turn one's shoulders. Those angelic goblins ought to raise hackles. They are the stone-cold symbols of the scathingly irreverent vigilance that every vigorous democracy demands.